What is going on, guys? Politics Gaming here, and today we're doing a brand new live stream. We're going to be continuing the Taiwan series that we have going on. We are doing pretty good in terms of the economy. We're trying to stabilize the economy as of right now, and we are also going to continue to build up the military of Taiwan. We need to make sure that we are prepared for any incursion from the Chinese military, and we will also do more. So let's go ahead and get this transitioned over. What's going on, everyone? And a quick shout out to Mikos Mos, I guess. He actually was the winner of the first code of the Taiwan Revolution 2021 giveaway. I will be contacting the second winner shortly, I think after this live stream, just to confirm that he wants the code as well, and then if not, then we will hold another giveaway for the code of Taiwan Revolution 2021. Let me go ahead and turn this down. I actually noticed that last time it was actually a little bit loud. So I think that should be a little better. Yeah, that actually should be way better. I know that I checked the music the other day, or yesterday, and apparently it was way too loud. Freddy Jump and Run, welcome to the live stream. Donna Frock, welcome to the live stream. Maximo, welcome to the live stream. We're going to be playing Flight Simulator with Maximo later. We're going to be flying somewhere, from somewhere to somewhere. We also have some highways that are going to be completed in this live stream. That way we can effectively respond militarily in the case of an invasion. It's unfortunate that we have to build these and spend the money, the billions of dollars that we are investing into these highways. We could actually also just to pay for these highways, once they are completed, we could actually increase the highway toll tax. What exactly is your plan for this campaign? Essentially, the campaign is to increase cooperation between our neighbors, which we're already doing with Japan, and we are also doing with the Philippines. And essentially, we need to get allies that will help us in the case of an invasion by the Chinese. We're also going to be increasing our energy production. We are going to just do more in terms of just everything that we basically start off with. How much production is this solar plant going to give us? 2 terawatts. We also have a nuclear power plant we're going to try to complete today. Isn't the plan always the same for Taiwan? Mission survive China? Literally, that is exactly the plan. Essentially, we need to retake the mainland. Yes, we are going to invade Peking. We're going to reunite East and West Taiwan.
Here are the GDP and growth figures for the last year. As you know, these are the most important economic indicators and the most revealing of the health of our economy. This is an average result. We must remain cautious and measure the consequences of our economic stability over the long term.
All right. The goal also is to sign a cooperation agreement with the United States. So if you actually go over here, I want to sign an economic and political agreement pact with the United States. What we need to do is that we need to lower CO2 emissions, and then we also need to lower. What we also need to do is that we need to increase the amount of renewable energies that we are in control of. So we need to build more windmills, more geothermal, more anything that is not nuclear. 102 surplus. That is a very healthy surplus. Once we finish this nuclear power plant, we're probably not going to need electricity for a while, but we're still going to increase the amount of electricity production in terms of renewable energies. We're also going to build, let's go for another 20 hydroelectricity plants. Could that work? Hydroelectricity, that was 7 terawatts there. Let's dismantle our lowest production nuclear plants. I think it's going to be this one. Let's actually shut it down for right now. Shut that one down. Actually, that's a really good idea. I am so glad that I suggested that to Everson, because if again, I don't mean to toot my own horn here, but this button right here, the cancel button, essentially cancel just shuts it down. The reason I asked for that is because whenever I was playing Japan, you know, they had all of these nuclear power plants that were shut down, that had 0 production. And so now, I kind of messaged them and I said, hey, you know, you guys should add a button to where we can shut these power plants off or turn them back on. So yeah, that is a very effective option for us. We're gonna shut this one down as well. Health response, we're gonna look to see what that does for us. 7.9, 5.4, so that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's about 13.4. 14. I think if I shut down one more nuclear power plant, we could actually get 8.2. What's the difference between canceling and dismantling a power plant? I just explained that. Canceling just shuts it down or turns it back on. So if you cancel it, it'll say restart, and then you can turn it back on. Canceling just shuts it down. But for those who are watching right now, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you guys want to see more content like this, hit that bell notification icon. Nuclear production, 6.18 terawatts. So that's another 4.6. I think we can go with shutting down all of our nuclear power plants for right now. Will you make a second channel for MSFS? I mean, I don't know how viable that is. I don't know how often I would be using that channel. $84.5. I think we have enough to sign that free trade agreement with the United States. Let's go ahead and see what we can do. Let's go ahead and send that over to the United States. Budget deficit. So we hit the end of the year. Numbers for the past year. New figures relating to state debt. Therefore, our total public debt is to say the engagements of the state in terms of loans rises to $306 billion. The debt service, our annual reimbursement level, will rise by the new year to $9.91 billion. So we're spending $10 billion just to service our annual debt every year. Most significant figure, our budgetary deficit has risen to 2% of the GDP.
Here is our growth forecast for the end of the year based on calculations that we...
I think it's actually down in terms of that. Unemployment is now at 4%. Apparently there is a famine in Hanoi. Alright, let's see what we got. Yep, we have 15% CO2 or renewable energy, but our CO2 emissions per resident is too high. Which I wish there was a metric that literally showed us what it is per resident. Renewable energy, what is this? Rate of household waste recycling is going up. Oh, here it is. Emissions of CO2 in tons per capita. So let me actually pull up that email. Free trade agreements. Because I actually got an email about that free trade agreement. Ooh, Red Dead Redemption is now on sale. They also released a trailer for what was it? They also released a trailer for Matrix, which actually looks very interesting. Raise taxes for CO2. Oh yeah, that could actually work. That could actually work. Good idea. Waste recycling. Let's increase funding. Wait, objectives are a little short. Who is this? Mozambique. Contract rejected. Waste recycling. Let's also increase our funding for nuclear threats. What's the biggest threats that we have to worry about? I want to know what renewable electricity means. Rename this game to Peace and Reconciliation. No more wars. Reforestation. Are we positive on reforestation? Actually, we are. Oh, nope, never mind. We're deforesting. Protection of the flora. Let's fully fund protection of the fauna. And fully fund air, water treatment. And ooh, yeah. Apparently, garbage collection is always really expensive. Let's put a little bit more funding to cyclones and tidal wave. $500 million that we're putting into environment. I think we could actually do a carbon tax or something. We could actually get rid of the highway toll tax. Literally not getting that much off of it anyway, but apparently the UN doesn't want to do that. Guys, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, if you guys want to see more content like this. Again, hit the bell notification icon. Oof. I don't want to get kicked out of the Are we in the WTO? Do we have to worry about WTO? Ah, we are in the WTO. That's funny. Taiwan is in the WTO, but they are not in the United Nations. See? WTO, then we go over to the UN. We are not a member of the UN. Apparently Norway. Shout out to AMN. Are we a part of the Non-Proliferation Treaty? Ooh, we should leave the Non-Proliferation Treaty. We're not even a country. Industry, pharmaceuticals. What are we at? 115 tons of pharmaceuticals. Industry, cars, auto private car. I've already tried to apply for the United Nations. They didn't let me in. Apparently we have a medium amount of higher level students, so we need to start increasing our funding for education. That's actually another goal of ours. Nationalized. We also did nationalize the 3G EPR industry, which we're going to be getting a ton of money whenever that is completed. Little short. Fuel battery. Let's go ahead and patent that. New news out of the federal government. Apparently, the Biden administration's DOJ is now suing the state of Texas because of their abortion bill. So, looks like there's going to be a challenge against Roe v. Wade. Let's go ahead and invite this... go ahead and accept this meeting with Sweden. Apparently Sweden wants a meeting. Hopefully they don't
Just a week.
lose against China. How are we doing with trade relations with Japan? Apparently we're still doing not too good. What about the Philippines? Can we sign a free trade agreement with them? Should we? Let's go ahead and sign a free trade agreement with the Philippines. Let's do a reciprocal agreement. Something like that.
Good morning.
What's going on, Gaga Lord? Welcome to the live stream. Very big supporter of this channel is Gaga Lord. Water Supply Networks. They want to sell us $115. That was okay. Pretty good agreements all around. The Water Supply Network, yeah, low price and good portion of our supply is coming from Sweden. Oh god, I thought that was a declaration of war. San Francisco agreements between Taiwan and the United States, $51 billion. Not have a significant impact on unemployment, and it is a profitable. Oh, okay, so it is a profitable contract. That's what I was worried about. Selling more of it will bring in more profits. Represents significant improvement to our economy. Guarantees the sale of a large portion of our production, and but the sale price is closer to our usual rates. But it is a profitable agreement. Apparently, she's saying congratulations. Philippines have been refused, and it's because our relations are poor. Who can we sign a free trade agreement with? Malaysia. How are we doing? Nope. Their strategic agreements are pretty okay. Let's do an economic map. See who we can sign a free trade agreement with. We could do France, the United Kingdom. No, you kind of can't. The UK didn't really want to sign one with us. We could do Indonesia. Indonesia. We're, I guess, okay positive with them. Let's try reciprocal. Then we can improve it later on down the line. Sign a free trade agreement with Switzerland for $50. I will do that. Yeah, they're not even gonna accept that, actually. They don't like me. India. What if I wanted a free trade agreement with you? Yeah, imagine how lucrative a FTA with China would be. Telecommunications, deployment of fiber optics. We're gonna hold off on that. Okay. What are we gonna do with the carbon tax? This directly taxes the emissions of carbon dioxide responsible for a significant portion of the rise in temperatures. It is intended to discourage the use of fossil fuels and bring about the gradual changes in the behaviors and processes of manufacturers, companies, and private citizens. Therefore, the amount should increase over the years to align with the environmental objectives. In France, this is included various energy taxes. Gaga Lord, thank you so much for that $10 donation. That's awesome. We are going to get to 50 bucks sooner or later. Hell yeah. $1.4 billion off this carbon tax. Hopefully this doesn't get me kicked out of the WTO. Let's add this to a reform. It's going to be called energy reform. We're going to try to eliminate at least one tax. Yeah, of course they don't want to do that. Let's try that. Ah, of course. Of course. Let's try to invite him for a meeting, try to get that passed, but we may not get it passed. We may have to withdraw it or just let it fail.
No problem.
Ooh, that actually might help. That might help. Let's see. Ah, just barely. What was that? World? Who? Who's with Indonesia?
Business leaders are currently marching through
Increasing the pornography tax. Do we have a pornography tax? Oh, we do. Always.
Business leaders are currently marching through the city relatively calmly without breaching the peace.
Let's go ahead and withdraw that reform. Did I lose? Yeah.
You have just cancelled the reform that was under deliberation. Don't worry, the voting process hadn't started yet, so the cancellation is official.
Immigration. What's our immigration looking like? Haven't touched it. Not too bad. Oh wait, hang on. I don't want to do that. Integration, moderated, and balanced, or opened. Different nations closer together. Yes, of course. We need to increase the amount of... Ooh, so we're about to get a surplus. Got a surplus. Yeah, we would not be close to being able to pay off any significant amount of debt to anyone. What's our structural surplus? Finance. 9% growth. Taxation. Structural deficit is negative 0.38%. We are running a $18 billion deficit. Debt servicing is 1.2%. Public debt is 37.78% of the GDP. Public debt is $307 billion. Sectors nationalized, we're making $2.3 billion off of nationalized sectors. And income equality between the rich and poor, 0 is perfectly equal. It's actually going down, so we're actually making it more equal. We don't have a space program, do we? Space research, cooperation. I don't think we do. Do we? No? No, we don't have a launching pad, though. Let's increase that to 50,000 soldiers. Expect protests.
The demonstrators.
What's going on, Vladimir Putin? Welcome to the live stream. When will I do another Sean Irwin TPP stream? Soon. I mean, I haven't really planned that yet, but and we're about to actually, before, let's go over here. Total workforce, let's put 2,500 workers in the 3G EPR sector. Wind powered electricity, we're gonna put 2,000 workers. And solar powered electricity. Come on. We're gonna put 1,500 workers. And then I think we have nationalized a sector in here. So let's go over here. Look, pharmaceuticals, yes, we did. So, employment, manpower, 13. Let's do 30,000 workers. Let's do 20,000. Average salary is apparently 5,700 per worker. go. Recent efforts have paid off, so let's look. CO2 emissions. What is it per capita? Oh yeah, that's what I need to look at. There. And free trade agreements. Issues and bugs. Here it is. Okay, so CO2 emission tons per inhabitant needs to be less than 10. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. This is gonna be epic. This is gonna be epic. Let's sign this free trade agreement with the United States. I've never been able to sign one of these before. Economic and Political Agreement Pact. Let's go ahead and read what we are going to be signing ourselves with the United States for. Affected sectors, all sectors of the quota system. Tariffs are eliminated completely. Border control is light. It's access to the members' public market. Regulations, compliance with security and health regulations imposed by the partner for incoming products. Recognition of the country of origin labels verified by the partner. Ecology is compliance with sectors' environmental impact standards of production regarding global warming, which is low CO2 emissions, meaning less than 10 per resident. Observance of human rights and working conditions. Intellectual property protection, which is copyrights, brands, and patents. Fiscal harmonization, and fight against the social dumping. Let's go ahead and send this over to the United States for deliberation. We should be able to sign that free trade agreement with the United States. It's going to be the first time on this channel that I've actually been able to get that type of free trade agreement. I think that is the hardest one in order to get, because it's so strenuous on your political aspects. So let's go ahead and see what we do. So we got about a week. We're gonna hear by this coming weekend. Yes, let's go! Oh, that is awesome! Oh, finally, we have just signed an economic and political agreement pact with the United States. That it's the highest level political, or highest level free trade agreement in the game. So that is awesome. So now we have intellectual property protection, observance of human rights, ecology standards, fiscal harmonization, and a fight against the social dumping. So let's go ahead and see what this says. Economic and political pact between the United States and Taiwan. Loss of liberty. The technocratic and hyper-regulatory model of this new pact will restrict the liberties of entrepreneurs and the consumer. It is a threat to our sovereignty and liberties, but I think it should get the ecology party to actually kind of like us. Let's go over here and see what that improves. That is a 5-star agreement with the United States. That is, oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. Awesome. Let's look. Southeast Asian. So I guess you're not able to change the. Okay, so there's different types of free trade agreements now. So there's the treaty, there's the pact, there's like whatever the other one is. Let me look. It's contract. So there's a contract, treaty, pact, and then there's organization now. So I guess you cannot change this anymore. But awesome. That is amazing that we have finally been able to sign an economic and political agreement with the United States. So that way, trade is now improved between the two countries. That'll bring ties between the United States and Taiwan even closer. I think we maybe even maxed out. Yeah, I mean, we are very close with the United States strategically and economically. What do we have with them? Do we have a alliance? We have an alliance with them. Let's go ahead and give them land rights to Taiwan, just in case they want it. Yep, and they accepted it, so we now have full trade relations and full strategic relations with the United States, we apparently got a achievement. So we constructed a highway. We successfully completed one of our highways. That is Kaohsiung Tainan line. So at least one highway has just been completed. We now have to wait for the other highways to be completed as well. I think one of them will be completed shortly. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. But that is awesome. I am excited finally that I've been able to sign on the pact in this game. And I will start developing the free trade agreement video. I really think it's going to be some sort of like simplistic video. I'm still kind of trying to get the idea dotted down, but just expect that within the next couple of weeks. Chat's kind of dead. What's going on, guys? Again, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Oh, look at that, $177 million cash surplus. Reserve will be paid back at an interest rate of 6% per year. That's a very high interest rate. For reference, you have posted the amount of this treasury reserve on the budget and debt window. I think this is actually different. Bravo, Madam President. Last quarter's budget results indicate surplus in the treasury. This surplus will be allocated as a treasury result, which will finance any investments related to loans, such as infrastructure construction, repurchasing loans, and thus reducing our debt, especially the long-term and highest interest rates loans are to cover quarterly debts created by a budget deficit. And it accumulates at 6%, which is abnormally high. I've never seen it that high. So we have $200 million in the treasury reserve that we can use to pay off our debts. We're going to try to accumulate it as much as we can. Japan. We need to improve relations with Japan somehow. Go over to taxation. Structural deficit is still negative. Oh, I guess we're running a surplus in the structural deficit. Exterior, interior. Let's do unions. Let's do the federal employer union. What's your protection level? Very low. So yeah, let's go ahead and confirm that we want to investigate him. We're gonna keep tabs.
Business lead. Here is our growth.
11% growth. Jesus Christ. No wonder inflation's going up. According to your orders, the central bank has just raised the interest rate. This should encourage savings and with fewer demands induce deflationary action. There is, of course, a risk that consumption will be affected for too long, but both people and businesses will borrow less, which would slow growth and could cause a rise in unemployment, but there is a risk if we want to improve our economy in the long term. Always pay attention to your interest rate, boys. Always. Lack of spaces in the secondary school system. High school students become cramped. Yeah, let's go over to education and do some sort of investment into education. Let's look. Students, primary, secondary, 16. Illiteracy rates. What's going on, Gaming Guide? Welcome to the live stream. Higher education.
The target.
How much longer do we have? Get 100 days before that is completed. Do you have tutorial videos? Yes. I wonder if I reopen, or once we complete this nuclear power plant, I wonder if that, I wonder if the free trade agreement is going to get canceled. Well, look at that. 2 dead and 17 seriously wounded, including several children and a holiday coach on a highway crash. Highway just opens up in Taiwan and y'all are already crashing on them. I wonder if highway tolls are connected to the highways. Yeah. Wow, look at that. Oh yeah. I guess the more highways you have, the more you can tax them. What exactly is your goal? What are we trying to do? We're basically trying to reduce the debt in Taiwan, and we're also building up our, we're also trying to fetch more. And the reason we're doing that is because we're essentially preparing for a military buildup in Taiwan. And we're going to use that military in defense of Taiwan. We're going to be buying we're going to be buying at least maybe a half a dozen to a dozen ships. We're going to be building up more tanks. Speaking of, let's actually go over to anti-missile battery. Let's do $50 million in subsidies. Biotechnology, $50 million. We're going to subsidize some things here. Let's do $100 million. How to reduce inflation and growth, please. Increase taxes, increase your interest rates. Ooh, yeah, let's nationalize Great Public Bionics. Oh, yeah. Oh, damn. Let's do a TV address. Ah, come on. I want Great Public Bionics. That's mine. Rare earth oxides. Do we have any rare earth oxides? Nope. What about you make a defense treaty with the United States? We just signed an economic and political free trade agreement with the United States, and we also signed a full-on defense agreement with the United States. So we are good in terms of that, but it would still take forever for them. Inflation not coming down to lower growth. They increased financial transaction tax, but nothing happened. Increase the VAT. So basically to control your growth rate. And again, this is... I'm going to ask this, and I'm pretty sure you're going to say yes. Did you sign an economic contract that is worth billions and billions and billions of dollars? Did you sign a contract that is literally a quarter of your economy, half of your economy, or bigger than your economy? And by economy, I'm talking GDP. Did you sign an economic contract? And what is your growth rate? For me to answer this question. Yeah, so I would recommend watching my economic tutorial. I thoroughly explain why you should not do that. But to keep it short, don't sign economic contracts that will oversize your economy. If you're playing let me look at this. If you're playing Iraq, for example, you got a $200 billion GDP, yeah? And you have $100 billion worth of oil that you could sell to anyone. The United States, for example. This is an example. And I'm pulling these numbers out of my head. You got a $200 billion GDP, but you have $100 billion worth of oil that you can sell. Okay? $100 billion is 50% of $200 billion. So if you're signing a contract that is worth 50% of your GDP, you'll have a 50% growth rate. Somewhere around 50%. The way the calculations work in growth is that if you sign a contract, it is going to increase your GDP by that amount. Give or take whatever profits you're losing or gaining off of that contract. So you have to take that into account before you're signing these contracts. So whenever if you're signing a bunch of contracts, yes, it's going to help you, but it's going to cause an economic crisis. So that's why you need to be careful whenever you're signing these contracts. Don't sign a contract that is going to overinflate your economy, because it is possible for your economy to get too hot. And that's a problem a lot of players run into. Go watch my economic tutorial. It's very simplistic. Me and Gabe try to kind of get everything to a simplistic level. So go watch that. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. I'm about to hit 10,000 views on that economic tutorial. So guys, let's go ahead and get that video to 10,000 views. That is awesome that you guys like that tutorial so much that I'm at 10,000 views. gonna go ahead and sign an import contract with Iraq. We're gonna call this the oil imports contracts trade agreement. Maximo, thank you so much for joining. See you later. We're gonna do 50 tow from Iraq. We're gonna send that over. That should actually help us reduce inflation. So that's another way, by the way. If you're signing these contracts, make sure you're signing import contracts, because the more you import, the more you're gonna be able to lower that inflation that you're getting. So that's a $20 billion import contract. We need these resources anyway, so that's gonna help. We're gonna try to get to where this nuclear power plant is completed. Will you attack mainland China? Will you attack mainland China? Could be hard, but with the support of the United States and enough military buildup, it could be possible. Could be possible. We could try it, because I haven't gotten to that military buildup stage. We're just trying to get a handle on our economy. It might be a few years. It's the year 2022, so I think it's going to be a few years before it can finally kind of like become self-sufficient. We're gonna gain a surplus. We're gonna pay off our debt, and then we are going to spend a ton of money on building up our military. My growth rate was stable, but when I signed a lot of export contracts and my growth went to 40% from 5%, I increased interest rate up to 15%. You're gonna have to cancel those contracts. Like that's the only way to stop that from happening. And you're gonna have to renegotiate those contracts to get a better stabilization. You're gonna have to calculate how much. So every single time. This is what I have to tell you. Take into account what your GDP is whenever you're signing an economic contract, and make sure that your contract is not more than 5 to 10% of your GDP. If it's more than that, you're doing something wrong, because you're going to overinflate your economy, and you're so the way to do that, whenever you sign those contracts, increase your company tax, increase your employer social security payment tax, increase your employee social security tax. And again, whenever I'm saying increase these taxes, don't do it 5 to 10% at a time unless you're doing it with your company tax. If you're increasing your social security payment tax, especially for employees, do it 0.5% to 1% at a time. Don't do it 5 to 10%, because you have to deal with the social aspect of increasing taxes. Financial transaction tax is not going to get you anywhere, because that's not going to cut it. The best way to fight growth is to increase your company tax. What are we at right now? And especially increase your tax on industrial pollution. That will help you a ton in terms of lowering growth.
Business.
The bill has been
anti-sleeping molecule in the United States, and we are now running a surplus, by the way. My GDP is $200 billion. How much $1 billion of export will be enough? Whatever is 15% of that. Not 15%. Whatever is between 2 to 7% of that. So let me do this calculation real quick. So $200 billion. Let's do million, 200 billion. Let's do 5%. That's going to be $10 billion. So in between 10 to $20 billion, if you have a $200 billion GDP, 10 to $20 billion, you could push to 30, but $10 billion seems to be like a healthy median. I am playing unrealistic. I always play unrealistic. I'm about to hit 170,000 total troops. We're going to keep national service for a long time. I don't think we're ever going to get rid of national service. I used to always say, like, yeah, get rid of national service, but, yeah, don't get rid of national service. Unless you really want to cut costs, then yeah, get rid of national service. Let's ban the import and export of weapons to China. Everyone likes that foreign policy decision. It's always welfare dependency. Thank you so much, bro. You're awesome. You just saved my state. Yep. Go watch my economics tutorial. That is what I have to tell you. Go watch my economic tutorial.
Business.
If you don't understand anything, leave a comment. I'll help you out. But go watch my economic tutorial. Really try to listen what we have to say. Listen to everything that we have to say. And again, if you don't understand... Oh, look at that! The highways are now complete. Let's go ahead and do a test of these highways. Yeah! Look how fast we can move troops through Taiwan now. That is awesome. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. Great news. We can now transport troops throughout Taiwan very effectively, efficiently. That is awesome. Let's see how much we can make if we increase the highway tolls. Yeah, that is definitely connected. You can do better. How close are we? May, June, July. Let's go ahead and do a couple more offshore. What are we doing here? Surplus. It's about to go up. Looks like that solar plant actually completed too. We're gonna have $1 billion in our next quarterly surplus. Growth, Jesus Christ. Unemployment is at 5%. God, the Employer Federal Union really does not like me. Can you join the G7 or G20 or the United Nations as Taiwan? Tried to join the United Nations. Let's go ahead and try to join again. Request membership. Text not found. I must already be a member of the International Monetary Fund. I guess we can. Let's go ahead and join the World Bank. Diabetes medication. Oh, accepted. Highly doubt will be accepted. Membership refused from the World Bank. Cannot become a member of our organization, therefore take advantage of the technical and financial support since your country does not belong to the United Nations. Yeah, I figured. And the United Nations has refused me, and there must be a 2/3 majority. You're thus missing 58 votes. I think that's actually down. So we got 70 votes for our membership. Is there any negative effect if you're excluded from the WTO? You can be tariffed a lot more. But you can tariff them. Nice Chinese Taipei playthrough. Haha. Troll detected. Yeah, Chinese Taipei with a economic and political pact with the United States. Our free trade agreement is worth nearly $2 trillion. Inflation's nearly at 5%. All right, let's go to this June or this July payoff for our debts.
The funeral will take place next week.
$2 billion surplus. Awesome. We have a lot of debt. Good thing that we are not borrowing that much money from China, honestly. That is really good. Okay, what do we want to do with this money? Get rid of 98 terawatts. It costs almost the entire amount, so we could use our surplus to pay that off, but general mobilization. What's the difference between a general mobilization and calling up the reservists? Calling all men of fighting age to fight for their country. The First World War gave rise to an unprecedented mobilization. This act has significant economic consequences as many people have to leave their jobs and will no longer work in the country. So mobilization is calling up all citizens that are military age, and a reservist is obviously calling up the reservists. Reservists are civilians who are able to fulfill military functions in order to reinforce armed forces. They are trained for this purpose. They'll have to follow military training from time to time when they are called. Reservists have to leave their jobs, have a significant impact on the economy. Apparently we have chemical and bacteriological weapons. I wish there was a way to manage chemical and bacteriological weapons. %, so that's okay. Again, guys, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you guys want to see more content like this, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss anything. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Attraction parks. Why do we not have attraction parks? Let's do $20 million for attraction parks. And let's exonerate it. Hotel tourism and trade. Let's do 100 million. Telecom. 60 million. Air transportation. Let's exonerate it. Fast food. TV channels, Lottery and bets. Workforce. Let's do 2,000. About to hit $900 billion in GDP. The goal is a 1 trillion. I got a total income, 83 billion to start off with, and now we're at 139 billion dollars. Let's go ahead and try to get 200 billion dollars revenue, or at least income. Budget excess is now 9 billion, nearly 10 billion dollars. Structural surplus is positive 3.72%. Debt servicing is 1%. Public debt is 35%. Public debt is $313 billion, which is now slowly going down. Let's go ahead and pay off some of the Chinese loan. Okay, yeah, we're gonna hold on to it, and we're gonna try to just pay off the Chinese entirely. That way we don't have any type of debt that we have to owe the Chinese. To owe the mainland. Who has the highest interest? We're owed the United States $3 billion in interest. Who has the least amount of time for us to pay? Okay, so apparently we owe the Chinese, and we have 5 years to pay off that debt. I want someone to test out when. I want someone to test out what happens whenever you run out of time on these loans. Japan. So everyone, we have at least a couple of decades to pay them off. Apparently to ourselves, we have 31 years to pay off. Pay them off. But definitely need to get rid of the Chinese debt because we have 5 years to pay them off. We only have $11 billion, so we can make that up probably in a couple of quarters at this rate. Let's go ahead and education. Let's do teacher training, supervision, and guidance. We're gonna do at least $1 billion. I think we're gonna cap off at about 5 billion. I'll do 3 billion. I'll do 3 billion. Exceptionally gifted. Local languages, student accommodation, aids and grants, 2.4, backup, literacy aids, 3.3. Let's do less for aids and grants, less for backup. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, look at that. 291% of the population. Cool, thanks. Praises Neo Han. Such commitments to equality between men and women is an example for all leaders around the world. Once again, thank you. Thank you, Hermione. We really need to cap off growth right now. We really need to cap off growth. What else do we got? Look how expensive fuel is. Oh, yeah, it does happen. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Your production of renewable energy is too small. Yep. Yep. Free trade agreements can be breached. So, oh, yeah, we need to immediately... We need to immediately sign another free trade agreement with the United States. Let's just go back to a global treaty until we can get our energy situation stabilized. But we need to negotiate that immediately before that has a drastic effect on our economy. Yep, I knew that these free trade agreements could be breached. First overshoot, setting an example. So that was like $1.8 trillion that was worth. Yep, accepted. Good, good, good. Thank you so much, United States. And we will try to sign another pact with you soon. So yeah, we just need to... stabilize our energy. Yeah, look at that. 19%. We just need to lower. Let's go ahead and restart most of our nuclear power plants. I say most, though. I guess all. All right, I think we're gonna leave by initiating another construction. $7 billion, Jesus. Yeah. We're going to go ahead and save this right here. Guys, if you guys like this, go ahead and leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you guys want to see more content like this, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss anything that I post to my channel. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more Power and Revolution. I'll be continuing this Taiwan, Republic of China playthrough. China, if you are watching, Taiwan is obviously a country. Make sure everyone that is watching this knows that. But Matt Gagnon, since Matt Gagnon just came in at the very end of this stream, everyone go subscribe to Matt Gagnon. Help him hit 1,000 subscribers. He's doing a $1,000 giveaway at 1,000 subscribers. So don't miss out on that giveaway when it happens. So yeah. Guys, if you guys like this, go ahead and leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Go subscribe to Matt Gagnon. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys.